G'day. Goes out to Mayim Bialik, the woman who plays Dr. Amy Fowler on the hit TV show The Big Bang Theory. I have seen your video talking about a few videos saying, don't call me a girl, don't call women girls, because it's degrading, it's demeaning. And let me, for those who have not seen this one, I will read it to you. We have to stop calling women girls. Why? Because it matters what we call people. It was recently at a bar when I was about 40, and I look at that girl in the bar, and then I started looking around, wonder why would someone let a child into the bar. Then you realize girl meant woman, but since she's in that super narrow, it's just, basically goes on and on saying, since she's between that age bracket of 5 and 55 years old, thing, then we have to use the word when we it's just blah blah blah. So we call it. It's virtually just, you just keep on saying the term is outdated. It's this and the other. It's only for a couple of minutes these videos going on for, but still, with what you are doing for that in that video, it's equally as harsh. Some of us, for me, I use the term girl as a term of endearment. You see, I'm acknowledging a youthful, not a youthful, but the youthful qualities that a woman has. It's just so beautiful to say the word girl. Look at that sweet girl over there. Look at that. Isn't that? Oh, didn't that sweet little girl sing beautifully in church? It's a sign of. It is literally a sign of respect to women, and for you to use the premise between 5 and 55, can't, and just saying that, you have literally discriminated from those who are 4 years, 11 months, three weeks and 6 days old and younger, and also you discriminated against anyone who is 55 and 1 day old and above. aren't they? Can't that 4-year-old be classified as a girl? Or what about that 55-year-old in one day? 55 years and 1 day old woman. Doesn't she deserve the right to be classified as youthful and sexy? That is in you attacking men using the term girl. You yourself have discriminated against two different groups. One group is more like the toddler age. They are very youthful and young girls. And then you attack any woman over the age of 55, which is so hilarious that you don't want men to acknowledge any youthfulness in a woman. But yet, let's pose this as an argumentative point of view. Quite a lot of women lie about their age. And quite a lot of women nowadays use things called products to make themselves look younger than what is on their birth certificate. Which is absolutely hilarious. One could actually place an argument there and say, don't use product. If you see any grey in your hair, leave it alone. Don't dye it out. Grow it. Grow it and show it. Show it your wisdom. Wrinkles. Keep them. And the overusages of products makes it very hard for men to properly address the age of a woman. Have you not thought about that? That through your own sex, that you have literally deceived us men? You with your character, if you weren't dressed up like your character in The Big Bang Theory, and you wanted to feel fancy free, so you put on the other character, one that you played as a child, put on the whole Blossom attire, you would actually look younger. And I'm not being harsh. I'm stating a fact. And quite a lot of women who are over a certain age bracket do attend to dress younger than what is written on their birth certificate. Products dressing younger, it makes it even hard. It makes things harder. With all these lies and deceptions, And that's the reason why men use the terminology girl. Though some women do look younger via their genetics. But even then again, it adds to the confusion. How about the poor woman, let me just use the term woman here, who is not much taller than your co-star from the same show, The Big Bang Theory. Melissa Roach. Sorry, the woman who plays Dr. Bernadette Rosenkowski Wolowitz. She looks like a 16-year-old. Though she is 2 years older than I am, she looks like a 16. She looks like a teenage girl. There's no and ifs or buts about it. She does very much look like a teenage girl. And yes, it is because of her height. And I have seen pictures of her without makeup on. And yes, she naturally looks that young. There's no ways about. There's hardly any which way to fight it. Even some of the former recurring cast members from said program here. Even Laura Spencer, when she was she looks like a couple of young ladies who I meet up and that, and though they say that they're 20 plus, they look like they're teenagers. Even Kelly Kuko, the one who plays Penny, even she looks like a teenage girl. So basically, what us men do, it's not out of spite. We don't care over here in Australia. We don't care if you're over 18 or in your neck of the woods over 21. If you carry yourself young, with a young spirit, with a young with a useful demeanor, you will be called a girl. You will be called a young lady. One elderly gentleman that I knew many years ago before he passed used to call his wife a sweet girl. He would say, "My boy, come. You see that woman there? You see my wife? She is the most sweetest young girl that I had ever had a chance to marry." He's calling his wife, and his wife at the time, before she passed, only a couple of years, only 2 years ago, he still called her his lovely little girl, his beautiful girl. His sweet little princess. Princess being the more royal term for a girl. And I asked him this was when I was 18, I asked him, "Why do you call her your girl, your princess, your young lady?" He said to me, "I don't do it out of hatred towards my wife. I do not do it out of spite, nor is it a fact that I do it to be a misogynist, to be mean, to be of evil spirit. The reason why I call my wife my sweet girl, to call my wife my darling little princess, to call my wife a beautiful young lady, what I am doing is acknowledging that that her spirit is young. I'm acknowledging that she still looks as beautiful now as when the time we started to date, when we were teenagers. And when they were teenagers, guess which landmark conflict started? WW2. They just started becoming teenagers during the Second World War. And he still acknowledges that beautiful young lady that he fell in love with when she was 13 years old at 1939, and he was a dashing 16-year-old at the time. And just thinking about it makes me think, I thank the heavens above that he is not alive now, to hear the extreme disrespects that what you are doing now. What you are doing now is showing a lot of disrespect to proper gentleman. And also you gotta look at the R&B thing. Yeah, you see, yo, this is my woman. You touch my woman, I kill you. In that sense, to be called a woman is virtually saying, this is my property. In comparison to that true gentleman that I knew many years ago, he said, my darling young lady. He would always say darling, lovely, sweet, and then say the girl, young lady, or he's feeling a bit cheeky, sweet petunia. It's that sort of gentlemanliness that is missing. It's mainly missing in this world today. With one of the factors is, honestly, people like you. You can yell and scream, or in this case, in a condescending manner, put down gentlemen for using the word girl. It's just something that even homosexuals of the woman on woman nature say it as well. Are you going to make another 5-minute video slamming the female homosexual? They're not using the proper pronouns, as you condemn all men to. As I am a man and a gentleman. And you just got to realize something, that the reason why men call women girls it has nothing to do with disrespect. You and your ilk you badger on about this proper pronoun stuff. It's honestly degrading. You say you want to be called a woman, fine. You're a woman. I know what your fans are going to say. Oh, wasn't it that hard? You see, with you forcing me to say woman to you, or lady, you personally have literally thrown. You are forcing me to throw away any respect of the youthful, your youthful side of you. You can still be a woman and be called a girl, but since you don't want to be since man, it's just so upsetting that you berate men for acknowledging the youthfulness of your sex. What's next? Honestly, what's next? It's ridiculous to say that men do it out of spite. It is ridiculous for you to say that we don't respect your sex. You get it equally from your own sex. Maybe someone who's in their 80s, she'll say to you, "Oh, aren't you a sweet girl?" You're virtually telling her, gets over here in Australia, we say the terminology "get stuffed," or to use more of the American term, you're virtually doing this to her. To an elderly woman, you're doing this to her. As I said, the female homosexual does it. The elderly woman does it. And just in general, the normal woman does it too. Addressing someone who is over here in Australia, 18 plus, over in your neck of the woods, 21 and plus. Anyone who looks younger than what is on their birth certificate as woman, as girl. It's just disheartening for you to criticize men for wanting to acknowledge a youthfulness. And when I get married to a young lady, to my sweet little Petunia, to my girl, I will address her with acknowledgement of her youthfulness. But to be honest with you, I feel sorry for your future partner, whatever they may be. or your children. It's just, honestly, it's just so sad for you to do this. I know this video is taking longer than what your video did, but there just had to be so many things that had to be unpacked. The most thing of this topic is that to disrespect men for honouring the youthfulness of the female sex is just mind-blowingly stupid. And besides, I'm not saying that you're wrong and I'm right. I'm just asking you to rethink it. Rethink this topic. For as I said, it's just us men acknowledging the more youthful, the more lively and spirited nature of the female form. And it has nothing to do about disrespect. And before I start snapping, I'm just gonna have to leave it there. And even women, even females of similar mindset, just rethink this through. What would you rather be called? An old woman, or young, or a sweet girl? That's all I have to say on this topic now. See ya.